Okay, everybody, we are giving it a test run. Hopefully it's coming through loud and clear. Let's give this a go.
Everyone have an experience right here, right now, of what we're going to be talking about in just a second. So it has a lot to do with rhythm and music and harmony and all that, but I just want to go with clapping. So I want everyone to start clapping. Get the energy going. Let's go a little faster. Just feel the flow, feel the flow. Get the body opened up. Let's get a little noise going. Woo! ASD, we're rocking. All right, thank you. Doesn't that feel good? I know I feel a lot better from that.
I definitely felt a lot of work in my thyroid area, my right jaw, and my left foot that I've been waking up with basically it being a crippled foot.
Definitely some tingling in the third eye area.
I think when you put on the oil, I calm down.
I feel amazing. I've taken so many deep breaths.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Pardon some of the buttons being pressed. We're also getting things tested out. I want to stop the share, say hello, and in just a moment, Dr. George will be in. And I want to welcome you to we're running over 5 years now. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, we are going live with chiropractic physicians who have specially trained in a methodology of how to connect with anyone, anywhere, and help tune their field, help tune the frequency of their physical being to be optimized. And now that sounds new or interesting for you. That's okay. We are all being, taught new things. We're a constant state of learning. So I'm going to whip up the website here for you so I could show you a few quick things, and then we'll get down to it. So bear with me. Here we go. So if you find yourself interested in holistic or natural health care, and you're also looking to shift away from the pharmaceutical medical approaches, then this is some of the insights I want you to be aware of. So we use concepts found in energy, frequency, vibration conversation, and we access the quantum realm of healing. And how do we do that? Well, we pretty much everyone's doing it to some degree. It's the level of awareness in which this is occurring in your own life. And yes, you can learn to train this. You can learn many techniques around this world. However, this is a methodology that is highly effective, highly interesting, and the knowledge is deep. So each week, myself and Dr. George hop on. Once in a while, we get other doctors to join in, and we have these weekly remote sessions. And now, of course, like many places, we have membership areas, and I have bonuses and offers for you to enhance your experience, to review old sessions, to dive into deeper materials. And so you can read more closely to that. We are running at $47 per month. That's a little bit more than $11 per session. And you can pop on the website, synergysolutionsessions.com, and I'll drop it in the chat there. You can take a look at it. And you can see some testimonies for people that have experienced the work that I provide. And I know many of the professionals that offer this sort of care, can also experience. So hopefully this is intriguing. Wondering what you think, what you feel about this type of work. Have you worked with someone who does Reiki remotely, some other form of distance healing? Or there's a whole world out there. I paused in because I'm wanting to know where I want to go with my conversation here, but there is the conversation of frequency medicine. There's tools, techniques, and technologies that have access to this. So I'm going to bring in, let's see who's made it on here. One of our members has just popped on. We're getting a few moments for Dr. George to get on. And we are live today. We are live on the internet. Well, I have a couple different social media channels, and I wanted to run a test, see this is going out, how it's working, and check out some of the results for yourself. Now, you also get access to the book Decode Your Pain, and it is a ebook version of it now. And if you want to get the paperback, you got to go to Amazon to get that. However, we're helping people find different answers that are affecting them. And the realm of the field of informs the physical, and the physical informs the field. There's this loop that's going on all the time when it comes to how our body interacts and integrates with our physical reality here on planet Earth. So Dr. George is here. Dr. George, a little heads up. Welcome aboard. We are live. Wanted to pass that along to you right away. And welcome, Dr. George. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully you're doing good out there.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah. How's the energy flowing for you today? Let me hit the record button, by the way. There we go.
It's going a lot better. There's been a turnaround. I feel like I'm up again, down and up, down and up. The 10 days off I had before Labor Day, like I got a lot of new ideas how to find the depth of the subluxation, a lot of creative stuff happening. So yeah, good stuff today. Beautiful.
Glad to hear it. Now, George, we are going live to a couple different social media channels. So break down the word subluxation for a minute. How would you, what's the elevator speech on subluxation? Not the graduate dissertation.
I'll give you the physical and the metaphysical. The physical is vertebra out of juxtaposition with its neighbor to the extent that it's choking a nerve hole, and the nerve interference is causing the body to be in a state of disarray instead of complete order. So buildup of stress locks up the bones in the spine, in particular, chokes out the nerves, and the body stops working right. But lux is a Latin word for light. And what's actually running the body is some kind of, let's say, divine light. And when there's less of it, sublux, less light, the body is literally less vivified and can't perform its tasks and duties to adapt to this physical environment in which it finds itself. So it's bad news. It's the underlying cause of all disorder in the body and probably society as well. So that's a synopsis of subluxation.
I appreciate that, George, because we are coming upon a time when there's way more people talking about light, the connection of our spirit, our soul, whatever that spark of life is, and how it's connected to the all. We are all connected, the oneness conversation, yet we have our individual uniqueness. We have our divine spark. Yet we each have a divine spark, but we express things, we access life, we serve our world in different capacities.
Yep. I've been saying lately, one spirit, 8 billion bodies. Why does the spirit want to have a body? Well, that's going to be one of the Lyceum discussions starting next month. The purpose of a body is to have experience of this three-dimensional world, this earth. So we spirit have been given an earth suit, and maybe the ultimate purpose of that is to get back to the light again. It's like, how do we get out of here? Well, stay on the beam and head for the mark, which is light. And subluxation is evidence that you got off track a little bit. And there's a word that means to miss the mark. You know what it is? S-I-N. That's missing the mark. Yeah.
Missing the mark. There's different translations for that, different ways of talking about that. Sin, self-induced negativity.
Okay. I like that.
I like that one because it encapsulates the concept that our educated mind, our thinking brain, our conscious self,
right,
which we know can be pointed and taught to believe certain things that may not be true. And so when our conscious mind interferes with the natural flow of our, I call our innate mind.
Our innate mind, yeah.
Yeah, our innate mind. This is the part of our innate mind that has the access to the truth of reality, but then our conscious mind can be shifted to believe something that is inaccurate resulting in an adaptive response that that results in a energy blockage, or like a kick out of the circuit breaker of a house. But when that happens, that results in a state of less expression. And in our medical model calls that illness and disease, sickness. However, we know from this vitalistic side that that is an adaptive response to try to bring the body into balance to the best of its ability.
And if the undigested stress, the information the body couldn't handle when it came in, doesn't get processed by the brain in a short amount of time, about a week or so, the subluxation persists, and the price for storing that information is bodily damage. And so without a full complement of energy, life energy expressed itself in the body, we see signs of subluxation or darkness, right? And so darkness in the physical reality doesn't exist. It's an absence of light being present. Our mind thinks of it as something real, but it's an illusion, right? So when the body starts to break down and manifest different disorders and diseases, the medical doctors are trying to cure and treat and diagnose and understand that, but it's really simply what matter does when it doesn't have the appropriate energy to heal it. So in that sense, disease doesn't exist, which is why healthcare, really sickness care, doesn't work to bring order back to the body. It'll change chemistry, physiology, symptoms, but it won't bring order back to the body. Only life can do that.
You know, George, this is a big concept. The darkness is an absence of light. And the biggest like a visual analogy I was offered, and I'll just offer it now, has to do with a room with a door and light in the hallway. And we're going to imagine this room that we're in has no windows. So we're in the box, and the light is off in the room. There's no power in the room, but the hallway door has the full light on. As soon as we open that door, it floods in and fills the room to capacity. As soon as we close that door, there's no light in the room. So, but it doesn't mean light doesn't exist. It means there's an absence of the source where light is flowing to, and that gets interfered with or blocked or shut down somehow. And that's what we call traumas, toxins, and negative thoughts.
Well, so, again, back to the medical analogy, when you're trying to treat or kill a disease or have a war within a battle with cancer, or whatever, it's like going into that dark room with an empty box, filling it up with darkness, and walking out and expect there to be a light box where you took the darkness out. Darkness doesn't exist. Disease doesn't exist. The manifestation exists, but not how they see it.
So here's another one.
We don't need sometimes, we don't need, we need healthcare in that sense once in a while, maybe 10% of the time we get it. But this is a new way of thinking about how health is, how living is, and the purpose of life, and all these things. And it's the time is ripe for this understanding to be the predominant paradigm of thought for all humans, let's say. The animals already have it.
Well, George, I want to bring another kind of analogy in, a bit more of a common conversation. Vitamin C. We know when someone doesn't have enough vitamin C, we have scurvy. And if anyone's ever heard the word scurvy or vitamin C, you can look that up, and it's well established. And all that means is somebody wasn't getting the right citrus family of fruits, or wherever else vitamin C comes from, excuse me. And so now the human body doesn't have the ingredients to function optimally. So there's different states of disease that can be expressed depending on the individual, whether it's vascular issues or bleeding gums, or I don't know all the side effects of what scurvy is. However, there is a lack of what is required to function, and so we can try to cover it up, or painkillers, or paint, put sprays of paint on there, or certain, whatever, and then the symptom externally can look and appear better, though where the flow is required is to fulfill the need that solves that in the body, to give it its sustenance, to allow that biological, the human body to function better.
Yeah, like what does a tree need to live? Well, it needs
Hmm.
sunlight, dirt with stuff in it, and water. If you take away one of those things, it starts to fail. So we're going to paint the tree a different color or something like that. Just remove what it needs to be alive.
Right. So
Another-
go ahead,
yeah,
George. Yeah, fire away. We're on an
Yes.
analogy train right now. I love
I
it.
know, right? So I've come back to Kevin Donka and talking about the Eskimos have like 400 words for snow.
Mhm.
What is snow? Well, it's water that you took away some of the heat energy, and so it froze. But under different conditions, it looks like corn snow, fluffy snow, this kind of snow, that kind of stuff. Same thing, like the conditions of your life. Once you remove some of the life energy, some people are going to get cancer, some people are going to have scurvy, some people are going to have this other thing. And so we need life energy. And back to the vitamin C for a minute, we need building materials. We need food for fuel. We need life energy for fuel, but we need building materials. And if we're not putting those in, that would be like the soil being depleted of nutrition. The tree's going to die that way.
Right. So
Yeah.
So the idea of we have to eliminate what is causing harm and ensure that we have enough of the right stuff in the system.
Yeah. When you say eliminate what's causing harm, what's
Well, if I'm eating
the harm
fish,
shows we've already eliminated something. So there was a double negative, in other words. Like the Dorland's Medical Dictionary defines health as optimal physical, mental, and social well-being. So far, so good, and not merely the absence of disease and infirmity. But if disease is already an absence, it can't be an absence of an absence. So just to clean up the grammar on that a little bit.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for
Thanks
covering my
today.
six there. Yes. So everybody, if you enjoyed this conversation, give a comment, ask a question, give a thumbs up, share it to someone who's interested in the world of energy, healing, frequency medicine, alternative forms of healthcare that are not pharmaceutical or surgical based. And this is a great alignment for what we're doing here and to facilitate people to get more comfortable, get more familiar, and start and incorporating these practices and principles in their life in a more holistic way. And so, Dr. George, I'm going to sign off on the live component here, and we're going to go to the private members area where we do the deeper dive on the adjustment, the quantum healing remote adjustment. But I found a way to go online, and it's coming through clear. And I was able to eliminate something that was giving me a lot of challenge with technology, and found simplicity today. So that is this is really enjoyable on a couple levels, and I like to share what we're doing here so more people can be comfortable and tune in and find someone, whether it's here on our program or locally where they are, to have a deeper dive into how their mind, body, and being can be optimized to live this life. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man.
And we will see everybody next time we go live. So let me wrap this up. Hopefully I can figure out how to do that without canceling everybody here's on the members area. That's the best part about it. And we got that. There we are. All right, everybody. Until next time.